Welcome to the party. No gossip, just saying with Jodi and Jenn.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to No Gossip, Just Saying. I'm Jenn, and today we're talking about something that we've been noticing at the studio for a while now. And we finally are putting the pieces together to what actually is happening. We have some sense around it.
We have some sense, not a lot, but we do have some. and I'm Jodi.
True.
So we're diving into the science of how your brain affects your fitness choices throughout the week. We were chatting in one of our Body by DI meetings with one of our clients during a training session, and we were discussing how we started noticing people coming in on Monday having a completely different energy than the ones who come in on Friday. And it's not random, you guys. It's a pattern, and it's scientific.
Well, and you're so right. All have heard, right? About the Sunday scaries. Dun, ooh, ah. But seriously, it's about the anxiety that starting the work week is upon us, right? It's, Oh God, Monday's coming. I'm freaked out. Oh my God. And then it's like Tuesday's going to hit. Okay, Tuesday. Okay, now I've gotten the scaries out, but Tuesday, work mode. And then Wednesday, I'm in work mode. And then by Thursday, you're like, well, it's Thirsty Thursday. And now I'm thinking about the weekend again, right? Mm-hmm. There is actually a science behind, can we have fun, please, by Friday? There is science behind it, right?
Yeah. And instead of fighting it, we just lean into it. We structured our entire schedule around the behaviors that people were presenting during the week. You start noticing that if you put the super fun hype up class on a Monday night, you got less and less people showing up. And it was like, let's think about this for a minute. We need to switch the focus and how this class is going. So we transferred that exciting boom of a class on Monday nights into an intro, a learning class, because we found that on Mondays, people's brains are a little more serious. They're a little focused on back to work. They've got more stress because their inbox at work just filled up, and they really need their workout, but they need it to be a little more focused and serious, right?
Well, yeah. And I think that the fact that we called it intro, it's an intro to choreography class. It's still a huge workout, but because there is cognition in it and it's not just a grind, it really, it takes the load off on a Monday. It gets the work done, but it's not so heavy that you're like, oh my God, I'm just going to schlep. Now, funny enough, our strength classes on Monday night do amazing because people know what they're going to get. It's like they're ham and eggs and they're like, here we go. Like, we're going to rip it out. We're going to grip it out. But then we partnered it with a more cognitive based dance class, and it actually mirrors to what we're going to be talking about today. So what really are we talking about? Well, it's what's going on behind the scenes in your brain, why your brain works differently on Monday versus Friday, and how this really affects actual fitness performance. It's actually quite interesting.
Absolutely. The Monday people are focused. They're asking questions. They're learning techniques. They're setting goals. Friday people want music, movement, and zero stress. Just fun.
And it's not random. That's what's so crazy about it.
Right.
We sort of accidentally fell into this, and then we've been tweaking it probably for the last 6 months?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's why you're seeing the schedule shift and ebb and flow. And those classes are filling, and it's really been successful. And I think it's always a work in progress.
Always. It always is. So, so we are gonna continue to fine tune and tweak the schedule. But I like to be able to say this line. Researchers call it the fresh start effect.
Ooh.
So we were doing
an effect.
The fresh start effect.
Now we are living it.
And we didn't even know.
We didn't know.
Like, we're gonna smirt. We're kind of smart.
We're so smart.
But naturally, it feels more motivating to say, okay, I know what I'm going to get on a Monday night, but then I'm also going to do something that's fun and balanced and cognitive for my brain, not just going through the motions of more of a classical Danz Insanity class, right?
Yeah.
Some people fought us on it. They were like, no, I want my Danz Insanity class. But the numbers didn't lie.
Yeah.
That's what is so crazy. We had half the turnout on a Monday night Danz Insanity class that I was teaching versus now an intro to choreography class, which is still, we should really call it like a choreography, like cardio butt buster, because it's like a 500 calorie class easily in about 50 minutes.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. And then as the week goes on, responsibility and decision making start piling up. But by Thursday and Friday, most people have experienced decision fatigue. The brain has spent days solving problems, making choices, and staying focused. And at that point, it naturally craves activities that feel rewarding and fun rather than mental and demanding, right? So we're sort of addressing those needs as we go through the week.
And it's funny because our schedule at the studio plays right in line with that. If you look at Blair's class on Friday that I'm going to be teaching this summer, we're just switching, but she has a packed house of party animals. Like, it is crazy.
At like 9 o'clock on a Friday
like
morning.
9 o'clock on a Friday. Like, what? But it's because they are ready to get their weekend on. Like, all of their big decision making and handling of stressful things has typically already happened, right? Yeah. That Tuesday, Wednesday area of the week, which is just sort of like your go big, go hard, you've gotten through it, right? Mm-hmm. It also is very interesting, speaking of that, why Wednesday intermediate choreography at 9:15 is also, it is a run and gun class. It almost kind of turns into the advanced choreography.
I was going to say that Wednesday class tends to be almost the advanced level of choreography.
Yes.
And we haven't renamed it as such because we don't want to discourage people.
But it's typically the people that have had lots of dance training in the past. Not always, and you don't have to, right?
No.
But a lot of these people have taken it on Tuesday night, so they know the choreography already for the week, and now they're refining it. So I push harder because it's a smaller class. It's not 25 people. It's usually typically 10 to, let's call it 16 or 17. Yeah. So I can literally fine tune anybody and everybody that wants to be. They can tell me to shut the hell up too. Would never want them to, but I certainly wouldn't want them to feel like I'm being too demanding on them, right? But a lot of these people have come from dance backgrounds and they love it because they want to get better. They want to hit the choreography better. And by the way, when you work harder, hit it harder, guess what? You burn more calories. Hello. But it's very interesting to watch it completely parallel with what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And then even just a shift from the dance classes into the tramp classes, for example. Let's talk about that because Tuesday and Thursday are mostly the tramp classes. And that's Tuesday, we have some of the technical instructors.
Yes.
So that is having the same class with different instructors is also playing a huge impact on this. So we have very technical tramp instructors who are very precision movement. And so the Tuesday people are grabbing for that the brain food, as well as the body. By Thursday, we have some wild and crazy
all
happening.
out party shit going on in tramp. Yeah. Like it is crazy. Can I give a shout out to our new girl, Akili?
Akili is just kicking ass right now. And she's one of our newest instructors. Homegrown. She was a member and now she's an instructor and she's just killing it. People are embracing her. They're loving her. Her energy is
on fire. It is on fire.
Now,
like you just want to drink it up.
She's also a professional singer and performer. And so by the nature of her personality, she's just a magnet on that. Tramp.
Absolutely. Yeah. I also want to give a shout out to one of our other newer tramp instructor she's taking on an intro to tramp class on Saturday mornings, which is Allie. And you know what? She does a great job of really taking people through the dynamics of, okay, let's not be scared of this. You are not going to fly off, nor pee your pants, nor fall off. So shout out to Allie.
Yeah, we felt like there was a demand for people who were nervous about the trampoline. And quite frankly, those classes are so good because I know we talk about lymphatic drainage, but it's almost a recovery workout for some people, even though you burn 500, 600 calories in the class. So it's a heck of a workout. You will actually recover your body because you're not applying impact.
Correct. And I mean, let's face it, like just the joy of being on a trampoline, you're on a toy. Yeah. I mean, yes, it's a piece of fitness equipment, but I mean, it's a toy to kids, to adults, everywhere. There's trampoline parks everywhere. I mean, it goes without saying. It's a fun workout. Plus, our staff, our instructors, bar none, are DJs. Like, they're so good. I mean, I'm literally fine tuning and like combing through playlists with people just to make sure that we are really reaching that sweet spot of just building energy and getting people pumped up and excited. I mean, we do everything from Pitbull to Metallica to Kesha to we even tried Country Tramp, which was hilarious. I mean, we do everything.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's smiles for miles on those trampolines, isn't
it?
it?
So.
It's when you look around the class during a trampoline class, every person has the widest grin on their face and they are working at their level and they are having a ball and they love sharing the room with other people.
Yes.
It's so much fun. So, getting back to our schedule and why we built it this way, it's really working because people are showing up. The classes are full. We have our laser focused people on Monday
and Tuesday.
And then by Wednesday, we start seeing the shift. Okay. So people still want to work out, but they're less concerned about maybe their perfect technique, but they're having a little more fun, right? They're starting to increase their burn, the calorie burn too.
And I would say too, at least with choreography that I can say, like intro to choreography is wild and fun because it's just new, right? It's everybody.
Yeah.
On Tuesday night, we're in that critical cognitive thinking mode, right? Mm-hmm. And then we're refining it Wednesday. By the time we roll around to Sunday, they're like, oh, let's just perform the shit out of this, So now it's like, ta-da, we've done all the hard work. We've done all the preparatory steps, which were all great workouts too.
Yep.
But there was a lot more cognitive learning going on at the beginning of the week, I think, right?
Yep, exactly. And the coolest part is that once we recognize the patterns, we stop fighting it. We start embracing it. And we set that up just so that it runs the way it does. So I think that the schedule is almost locked in and we keep paying attention. And I'm assuming most fitness studios may not even be aware of that sometimes. Maybe you accidentally figure it out, but when you have such a tight community like we do, and you listen to the people who are participating in the classes, and then you modify based on that, you're gonna see it show up, and you're gonna have better workouts, right?
You are, because you're not fighting yourself, and you're giving into the rhythm, right? Yeah. And your body is very aware of those rhythms, like whether you think it's not, or whether you think it is or not, it actually is. And when you actually go with the rhythm instead of fight it, you will feel it. When you're in a class and you're like, I'm just not performing at that. That is your body fighting that rhythm that's not naturally going. Now, that there's also going to be some days where you're just freaking exhausted, right?
Yeah. But rest days are as important as workout days. And listen, not everybody's a member at our studio. So even if you don't work out with us, you can apply this.
Absolutely. Schedule your hardest workouts at the beginning, earliest if you can in the week, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. That's really where your mental game is going to be the best and you're the most challenged. Now, this is a generalization, right?
Sure.
This is always there's going to be a one-off, but typically speaking, it's sort of like getting your homework done. And by the way, that doesn't mean that you get to take off for the rest of the week, but, do something lighter if you want to. Go for a walk, take your bike out, do a yoga class, just do something, go for a hike. Like, think of it like it's your treat. It's your treat workout.
Yeah. Consistency doesn't come from forcing yourself to do the same thing every day. It comes from understanding what your mind and your body need throughout the week.
Well, and two, if Friday does roll around and you're not excited about a hardcore workout, that doesn't mean you're lazy. That just means that your brain is asking for something different.
Yeah.
So listen to it and don't discount the fact that, maybe you're sightseeing, maybe you're walking around Raleigh, now if you're drinking rosé too, that might not exactly be a workout, or maybe it's a workout and just drinking during a workout.
You could do lunges while holding a glass of Chardonnay. Hey.
I might try that. Try that.
I dare you.
It is Wednesday and we've done all the hard work. What does that mean?
We're on the hump. We're over the hump.
We're over the hump. Does that mean we get Chardonnay?
We can.
Okay.
Let's go play.
Okay. So listen, I know that like we're not like, moving mountains over here like when in a Harvard business case review, but I think the point is that there is cognitive learning that goes on with all the things really that we do at the studio.
Yeah.
And even if you're not at the studio, challenge yourself to build that, because your brain fog is real, and what makes brain fog go away is when you are doing a 2-for-1 deal and you're working out and you're learning something at the same time. It's a big deal.
Exactly. Maybe Monday's your day for big goals, important decisions. Friday's your day for connection, creativity, and recovery. Neither is right, neither is wrong. They're just different. And once you stop expecting yourself to feel exactly the same every day, everything's going to get a little easier.
Think about it. Those of you guys that are working with other people in groups and large organizations, even small organizations, it is very common to have a Monday meeting.
Yeah.
Why? Because Monday meetings set you up for the week.
Exactly.
I was always taught never meet on Friday. Fridays at 3:00 is like the dead zone,
Oh.
right? It is the dead zone.
Yeah.
And by the way, Thursday nights, this is an interesting fact. Thursday nights, a lot of times in a lot of gyms and studios are the dead zone. Here, it's not because we put a tramp class and it's a fun party class. Like
It sure is.
it's like a big thirsty Thursday party without the thirst.
Exactly. And you can always go up for
And then you can always go up to the
Quench.
Northridge Pub, whatever,
Exactly.
or Salt and Lime for a mug, whatever.
Exactly.
Well, I know it's short and sweet, but I think that we've said all we need to say. I mean,
Absolutely.
do we have anything to add, LJ?
we always do. But
We always add.
we always add things. But we're not going
Verbose,
to.
you, me,
Verbose?
no.
Us, words, extra
Yes, extra. I like the extra words, just
We have
saying.
so many extra words, but I think we'll wrap it up for today.
And so listen, thanks for hanging out with us. Seriously, this is no gossip, just saying.
Yeah, and make sure to hit follow and subscribe. And if you loved today's episode, leave us a comment on YouTube or drop us a 5-star review on whatever platform you're listening on.
And until next time, no gossip.
Just saying.